Well, hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. This is not from a stream. This is a recording I'm making. This is just a real quick intro to something new I tried. See, well, I couldn't sleep last night. I woke up after I'd been asleep about 2 hours, wide awake. So I thought I'd take care of some stuff. Namely, you'll see the messed up chunks from the snowy biome are gone. I fixed that. Um, but some craziness happened. Yeah. When I was going to check to see if it had worked. I won't get into that, but what I will tell you is I wasn't filming the way I traditionally have filmed, but I had some other stuff recording in an entirely different format that I've seen other people use, but I've never tried before. But I had it running in case they ever wanted to try it. And since that's the only footage I have of the craziness, which I do want to show you, I had to finally give it a try. Um, this was a learning experience. I'd not used the program before. Nope, not once. Um, but uh, you'll see. I'm not that great at it, especially at first. But the quality improves as we get further in. It's not that long. Um, but some cool stuff happens. There is no audio of me talking because I was just playing by myself, not streaming. So I might add some narration or some captions explaining what's going on here and there. We'll kind of see how that goes. But anyway, enjoy the footage. And I'll see you on the next stream unless I check in again at the end of this video. I haven't decided if I'm going to yet or not. I guess we'll find out. All right. All right. So here's the footage I was talking about. As you can see, it's very different from what I've been doing. It's not first person. This is called the replay mod. It's just a mod you attach right onto Minecraft and it records everything you do, except it's from an external point of view rather than first person. And you can sort of move the camera around wherever you want and play it back, doing things like I'm showing you right now. As you can see, it's kind of choppy here. I'm literally learning it as I'm making this video, which I'm now just putting a little narration over to explain what's going on because I've been expressed that that is preferred. What is going on is I had just fixed the corrupted chunks we had seen the other day when looking for the stronghold. Those icy, snowy chunks by the world border just to the west of, or the east, or right next to the island, whatever direction it was. And I'm going to check and see if it worked. But that's not the interesting part. That's just why I am going over there right now. That's not why I'm showing you the footage. What happened when I went to check it is why I'm showing you this footage. A number of things I didn't expect. And what we're seeing right now is just sort of me getting over there, and nothing of note has happened yet. But here's here's the interesting thing: the corrupted chunks were cold biome chunks, and while I got rid of them, the mob stayed. I found a polar bear, so I decided to take him back to the island. This is me trying to get him into a boat, which I am ultimately unsuccessful in doing. Um, so I try a few things here. I am also filling out the map to make sure all the corrupted chunks are gone. That's why I'm sort of it's seemingly aimless rowing around. There was a method to the madness, and it was just to overwrite the portions of the map that had been fixed. And as you can see, all the corrupted chunks are gone. And at this point, I'm just rowing around checking to make sure, because while it's all loaded here, at the time in game, it had not been loaded yet, so I couldn't see. I also didn't see those polar bears there from where I was, or the rabbits, or those glow squid. I did find that rabbit, and I went back and got him too. But that's not going to be in the video because that wasn't the interesting part. And I'll level with you right now, the polar bear is not the interesting part either. Though it is interesting in its own right. I'm not going to tell you what the interesting part is, but it's coming. And what we're seeing now is just a combination of me trying to get the polar bear to land and testing out various angles and transitions from angles, learning how to do that in an interesting and not sort of immersion breaking way. I think I succeeded pretty well in a few cases, and in a few others, but did not do that great at all. But I definitely learned some stuff and had fun doing it. I kind of just stayed underwater for the most part because there's not that much interesting stuff happening above it, but we're in a lukewarm ocean, so there's tropical fish, and as you see, squids and glow squids and cod and drowned. There's one there. Even very briefly saw a creeper at one point in a cave when I clipped through the bottom of the ocean. In fact, I think that's coming up right here. You'll only see it for a second, and it'll be a gray one because it's in a cave, and I have that creeper texture pack that changes the way they look depending on the biome. But here's a squid friend. These are some of my bumpier transitions. Not the best, but We're learning and we're improving. We're making not mistakes, but numerous happy accidents. I think part of the problem also is the bear wanted to go the opposite direction, so I was not just pushing a bear, but pushing him against his own force. Polar bears, I think, were added in the aquatic update 1.13. I don't remember them before that. Typically, they're passive unless you attack them, then they will attack you, and they're quite fast. And they can swim as well, though this guy's choosing not to. But there you can see he does have some speed here and there if he wants to. The only other way they'll attack you is if they have a cub and you get too close to it. But they don't drop anything worthwhile. They're not useful for farming. If you do kill them, they'll drop a raw fish and maybe a bone. So they're more just to add some life and movement to the game, which I am 100% in favor of. And one of the cubs we did see earlier. There's some more tropical fish down there. I could go back maybe for that other bear, but it would be a very different experience. I'm not sure I want to push a bear with a boat for 10 or 15 minutes again. Especially when it's going to be angry at me because its cub is there. And if you're not interested in seeing how replay works, or any more of the bear and want to get to the actual interesting part, you can skip ahead probably about 5 minutes. The rest is just me getting the bear over there and playing with the transitions to see just how they work, trying to get better at it, seeing what I can do, what it's capable of. The thing is, you actually can't control the camera. You can tell it to be here at this point and to be there at that point. And how it gets there and whatnot, you just have to leave to, I guess, the algorithm. But I got better at keeping what I wanted in the shot from beginning to end. And I figured out kind of the best way to approach it to get what you want. If I were to do this again, I know I'd do a better job. But again, today is just a learning experience. And I'm not trying to do anything with this other than show a neat thing that happened and show some software that people might find interesting. So what I'm doing now is I know that getting him up the side of the island will be next to impossible. So I'm going to go get a lead so I can just pull him with me. Unfortunately, if you remember, I lost all my leads in a glitch when I sheared the mushroom cows. So I'm going to have to make a lead, and I'm going to be disappointed to find out I don't have enough string. So I'm going to have to go down to that spider spawner and get more string in order to make leads. This is me going through the chest several times, certain that I have string in one of them and that I just must be overlooking it and then checking again at least once or twice, if not more. While our poor dog sits under the mushroom, staying out of the rain. This is one of the transitions I think they did a better job with, especially when we go down the stairs. I still could have done better than I did, but I think it went all right. I think it looked kind of cool. For a lead, you need, I believe, 4 pieces of string and a slime ball, and I only had 2 pieces of string. Just checking everywhere for this probably 3rd or 4th time, because I just want to go get the polar bear. I don't want to go down in the mine to get spider webs to get string, but that's what I end up having to do. This is sort of like free cam in that you can clip through the walls and kind of fake x-ray vision, but this only happens after the fact, not live, so I don't consider it as cheaty. Plus, I've already explored this mine. So now I'm going back up to make the lead. Oh no, I made it at the crafting table by the stairs. That's right. That's why I didn't go back up. That's why I paused there. So now we're going back to get the polar bear. And here's the transition I didn't like quite as much, but the next one I rather like a lot. Just happened to catch that lightning. And right about here is the whole reason I made the video. We'll see it in just a moment. There it is. That is a trap skeleton. And I just saw it. And I know what I want to do with it, but I don't want to do it while I'm dealing with the polar bear. So I'm going to run down there to the villagers and see if I can find any leftover fence posts and tie him there. I don't find one. I find some iron, so I make an iron fence and try to tie him to that, but I forgot you can't tie leads to iron fences. So then I circle up to the tree farm, get some wood and make some fences, and I put him in there, and then I'll go deal with the skeleton trap. What's going to happen is I'm going to I think I've explained one of these before, but I didn't have it on film other than this method. But this one was just so much better than the other one that I decided to show this one. What's going to happen is when I approach the skeleton horse, it will suddenly turn into 4 skeleton horses, each with a skeleton rider. And if I can attack them without harming the horses, I get to keep the horses, which will already be tame. They aren't the best horses, but they're very rare, of course. And they're just neat to have. So there I am circling around the villager breeder. Here I am getting the stuff to make a crafting table and a fence. Now building the fence. And here I come to activate the skeleton trap. I'll end up coming with my axe, which I have smite, which is best for undead. I don't want to use my bow or sword because they will set the skeletons on fire. There they go. And that can damage the horses. Got 2 down, well, 2 to go. And unfortunately, I killed that horse by accident, but I didn't realize it right away. Just 1 more to go. So we managed to keep 3 of the 4 skeleton horses. And the rest of the footage is just me looking around, trying to find the 4th skeleton horse because I haven't realized yet that I accidentally killed it. I had to go back and watch the footage because I had no idea where he had gone, and I thought maybe I could use the footage to find him. But that's when I discovered I had killed him by accident. So that was disappointing, but we got 3. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the sort of different approach to the footage. It's much more difficult and time consuming to edit, so it's not something I'll do often, at least not at this point. But it was fun to put together. It's, I hope fun to watch, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, so that's the replay mod, and polar bears, and skeleton traps. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I've been Captain Incredulous, and you have been wonderful.